Hi, this is Danny Rams from Maverick Spirit Astrology. So I'm going to try something a little different. Besides putting out my information as far as the Bell's chart translation and what the full moon is telling us, I wanted to grab a couple cards that represented the Aquarius, that represented the sun, moon, and all the planets. And then I did the decans by degrees. Um, so right now, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about our sun setting I am. And it's kind of like the part of ourselves that has this light on right now in our Aquarius houses. So it's creating our life right now is all about our Aquarius house, wherever that is for you. Like I said before, mine personally, it's in my fourth house. So I'm going in deep. And in order for me to create, I have to go out. And we have Jupiter, Saturn, saying I achieve and I need to complete a goal. Jupiter saying I grow, but there's also like good fortune, turning point. This is cycles of life as well. And we have Mercury also in Aquarius saying that I will think. I will have to think. Being called to an adventure and a vision to become reality. And this is all with the star representing in tarot the mind builder Aquarius. Okay, so that's the major arcanas. And then we have the degrees, so the decans. So we have to go into 9 degrees of Aquarius sun, and we're going into 9 degrees of Jupiter, so it's conjunct in a way. And then Saturn is 4 degrees. So the decan that is represented by the first decan of Aquarius is Venus. And when we look at it that way, now we have to look at it through love. And it's saying to do the necessary things. It's saying to think about the necessary things. Sorry, it's saying to achieve the necessary things. It's saying to grow and expand into the necessary things. And it's saying, I am, I will, I am, I'm going to. Like this light is on, it's in my face, and that's what I'm headed towards. And the star is going to be the guiding light of the theme. So Mercury is a vision to reality, call to adventure. I will think, I will think, I am thinking, I'm analyzing. What are we analyzing? We're analyzing our inner clarity. We're analyzing our hopes and our renewals. We're analyzing our Aquarian, our uniqueness. And those degrees are actually in the third decan because we are in 26 degrees of Aquarius Mercury. And it's saying that there were letdowns and that there was like a theft or betrayal. So this is also ruled by the moon. So when we look at it this way through the cards and we try to predict our horoscope this way, or at least give us themes, ideas, right? Mercury is going to go into retrograde. It isn't right now, but it will be shortly. So the Seven of Swords is represented by the third decan of, it's decan or decan. It depends on who you learn from. I say both ways because I listen to English teachers. They're like from England. So sometimes my pronunciation is a little un-American. So the Seven of Swords is like a huge letdown or a theft of betrayal. And when we go into retrograde, we're gonna have to look and trust our thoughts. We're gonna have to look and trust and have faith in ourselves. And right now, we're just feeling like there's this a little bit of a letdown. Like we don't feel like sorry. We don't think we are excelling to the point that we want to create this idea of the mind builder. So we are really looking into our mental status as well. And we're looking inward but we're also looking at like outward, because the fixed energy mind builder, the fixed air is what's affecting all of us. It's as a collective, but it's also very, it could become very rebellious, like people that are at different sides, odds, right? We're at odds with each other. It's not about creating a balance, it's about creating an understanding of someone's difference mindset. Okay. Accepting someone that is different, different in thinking, accepting someone who, these are like all the necessary things to me always feel like shadow work. Just work with your triggers. You know what triggers you. You know a person triggers you. Find out why. Like, what is it about that person that brought you back to this feeling? Or what don't you like about this person, basically, you know, depending on where your Aquarius house is, right? So that's for the sun. Now we're going to go to the moon. The moon in Leo is strength. Leo represents raw power, courage, unconditional love, and it's a healer in a way, because when a Leo season is even like this huge power, it's like gives power. It's not so much empowerment, it's more of like, it naturally gives the vibration of the hope that you sought out for is there. So it's confident too, but it's got courage behind it. It's not something that's just like, I'm here. Like, that's not how it goes, right? So the moon is represented by the high priestess in tarot, and this is where we get in tune with ourselves. So what are we in tune with? We're in tune with our strength of the Leo, the healer, the unconditional lover, the spirit boss, right? Or sorry, the spirit builder. So we have to cheer ourselves on here. So you really have to encourage yourself to become in tune, and don't think of it as any other way except for evolution, because every day we're becoming more and more. And this is something that's also just not only deep within, again, it's outward. This is outward energy. If we all want to evolve together, that's gonna be harmony, right? But in realistic life, everyone is different and everyone struggles, okay? So find out what you're struggling with and work on that inward, and then create that external need. Don't seek approval. Be yourself, but don't harm others. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make it so much of a like an ego trip that it's like, I'm better than everyone because you guys don't get it. Like, that's not how it is. And it's something that I even struggle with, because it's like, I don't like certain things. So when the certain things are like come up to me, it's like, all right, well then how do I deal with this differently? Like, I know I can't heal the world, but I'm gonna die trying, right? So there you go. Just try, and trying is gonna be the first step. I mean, we can't create complete harmony. It's not evolutionary, but we can plant seeds to grow. We can nurture and support. And I'll get into that later, because I wanted to talk about our wide open houses. That's going to be fun. So that was about Leo. Moon in Leo in 9 degrees is represented by the 5 of Wands. So there's a disagreement, a rivalry, or a challenge. So when we're looking in the attunement, we're looking in our courage, and now we're looking at a disagreement. We're looking at challenges. What are we challenged with? What is stopping us from becoming receptive of feelings, of this empowerment, or sorry, this healing love effect, basically? This is not going to be a movement without you, ever. We need everybody's participation, right? So if we have little lights on everywhere, and some are bigger than others, like somebody has bigger houses, so they have more light bulbs in the house, right? Don't discourage yourself just because you don't have everything you want. Like, now is not the time to have everything you want. It's not the time to brag about everything you have. It's about giving. It's honestly about giving, because Saturn always wants you to put in that extra day to achieve. And the only way to get through the trickster of Mercury's retrograde is honestly putting in that extra day of work on yourself, on your groups, on your family, in your home, in your outer life, in your work. If you're able to work outside of your house still, or even networking, create the upgrades that you need, you know. We're going to go into Venus now, and Venus is represented by the Empress, and she's like our creator, basically. She creates using divine femininity. She's like the one who births things, okay? So Venus is also represented by luxuries, wants, and sometimes it's financial wants, and sometimes it's partnerships. Well, I shouldn't say sometimes. It's mostly partnerships, luxuries, affection, saying I love this, I love that, I love him, I love her, I love them. That's what Venus is about. It's in Capricorn. Capricorn is a slave to this physical world, unfortunately. Capricorn and Venus makes you look at love as an achievement, okay? It's not dreamy. It's the dirty truth, right? They want the truth. They want the loyalty. They want, not as much as Leo, but they want the loyalty of knowing that you represent a reliable person. Like, you are representing yourself as a reliable source to them. And if this helps them achieve in the physical world, like, hey, you're somebody who can take me, to higher places, I'm going to go, go with you. Venus partnerships in Capricorn always have some type of a karmic path. And these people that have Venus in Capricorn usually have an idea of what they are looking for specifically. They're very specific to their list, okay? They have, check mark, nope, red flag, nope. They are not someone who's just going to be like, oh, they need my help, I love that. Not a Venus in Capricorn. Mm-mm. And we're looking at 25 degrees, and it's also conjunct Pluto at 25 degrees. So Pluto is all about judgment. The card of judgment, which is meaning to rise up. You need to rise up. You need removal. And you need to empower yourself, or it will empower yourself for you. And it burns bridges, and it creates rebellion, and it creates rebellion in your heart, I should say, because we're looking at Venus conjunct Pluto here. So the thing is that the temptation of being without becomes a fear. It's not temptation of being without. It's without fear, but it's also tempting. So we have to look at this as a warning, okay? So when we're having Capricorn and it's conjunct Pluto, Venus and Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn conjuncting at 25 degrees, we're looking at the Four of Pentacles, which is the Four of Coins, or whatever you're using. It represents money, right? Because Earth represents our money or our wealth. It is in the third decan, so it's ruled by the sun. It's the part that is about greed. It's also about desires. So whatever you have been looking for specifically, it's telling us to let go a little bit of that control, and or to have it, because it depends on what house this is in, because there's a good side and there's a bad side. There's a high vibration and a low vibration. So if you are someone who has standards, are you going to get someone in that exact checklist box? No, because guess what? Not possible. Not possible. If you're someone who just loves to love, maybe it's time to get a list. Maybe you need higher standards. Pluto and Venus is going to guide you there, and they're going to make sure that the achievements are there, but you have to be open, not controlled. Don't control it unless you're already at a lower vibration of, I love everybody. Everybody gets a chance with me. No. Now is the time to have standards. Now is the time to have self-respect, self-love, self-empowerment. That's Capricorn. They're about that high climb to that mountain. You're going to look around. Nobody else is there. That's your path to take. When you get to the highest mountain and then you finally look up, then you see everybody else has already gone through their own path to reach their own mountaintop. It's a lonely spiritual journey, and creating this Aquarius, now we're creating groups. And like I've said before, people, if you don't have what you think you have or you want to have, look for it in groups. As far as what you think you're lacking, people can help you, and you would be surprised on how much you're helping them. This is real. Like, you're able to help people and you don't even know it just by trying to help yourself. The moon, Pisces is intuitive, it's empathic, right? It's tarot card is the moon, and it's Pisces and Neptune that I wanted to talk about. So Neptune is represented by the Hangman. It's a need of inner peace, new perspectives, release, okay? So this is I dream. What do we dream of? We're dreaming with the soul planner, the Pisces. We're thinking about our intuition, our empathic side, and sometimes this could create an illusion of what we want, and again, to dream about. We're having separate dreams now, because now it's like I'm involving the whole collective soul, and there is no separation here. So the degree that it's in is at 19 degrees, and that's represented by the second decan of Pisces, meaning, and it's also the 9 of Cups. So this is where our wishes are coming true. We're not in retrograde right now, so it's saying manifest. Manifest your dreams. Create your list. Create your achievements. Create your ideas. Don't live to the exactness of them, but look at the bigger picture. With Aquarius Sun, look at the bigger picture of what do you want? What are you asking for? And then see how much you need and how much just goes away. Because with this Pluto and Venus, like, it's going to be love. It is going to be empowerment, but it's also going to be empowerment at the cost of what? What are we facing? In order for you not to create destruction in your own life, I do suggest always shadow work, meditation, if you're able to, alone time, like actual alone time. And I know it's so hard, especially for like new moms, or even like separating yourself from like children that are like, if you have more than one, it's really hard, you know, because you have so many. What you really need to do, like, you have so many things to do, I should say. I gotta finish that sentence first. Sorry, I didn't want to be like that. So the thing is that we all have hats that we wear. But how are you filling up your cups? If you have so much, how are you saying that something is completed? Like, a task that needs to be completed right now needs to be completed. And the thing is that with Taurus energy coming in, the way that it's going to come in is self-worth, values, and virtues, like I've been saying, but also it's about having what you need versus what you want, because this is possessiveness too. On a lower vibration, it's like you need to save money, then don't spend $20 on those games every day. That's how they get you, right? So you need to create a budget, a healthy spending pattern. Make the dollar last longer. Create ways. Look at that. Look, there's like plenty of things online where you could just learn how to budget and learn how to create a savings account. There's like some that do envelopes and stuff like that, where like by the end of the year, if you save this whatever day, you get this amount by the end of the year. Stuff like that is like, you need to trick yourself into thinking you don't have this money, but you do have this money, and now you can spend it on that goal that you're trying to achieve. The other thing is the Mars and Taurus. Okay, so we're going to look at Taurus right now, and it's the Hierophant. So this is a mentor, a traditional conventional mentor, okay? Somebody who is like, these are the structures you need, this is your list, this is how you go about it. Mars is I act, and the warrior with the conventional thought is that we're going to feel under attack, basically. Like, we need to see that there is destruction that needs to happen, and then restructure it. Put value and virtues into it. This is also looking and squaring Aquarius, right? So now we're working with Leo, who's the spirit builder. We're working with Aquarius, who's the mind builder. And we're working with Taurus, who is the body builder, the physical body's stability. Also means money. Also means gains. Also means self-worth, values, and virtues. Also means the energy that you're putting into things needs to be something that you're looking at as far as it creates your energy of feeling that there's a reason I'm going further and I'm giving my energy. Like, you have to push through a little bit with this fixed energy, for sure, because now you're pushing through, but you're also like, I don't know how to do this by myself. So now you need to look on the internet, Google. Just don't Google Doc, okay? Like the doctor's MD, whatever, WebMD, don't do that. What you need to do is call your doctor, or call someone who is a doctor, or call someone who is in whatever you're, look for budgets. Like, hey, I know this person, they're really good with money, let me pick their brains. We're picking each other's brains so we can actually get our own self-worth gains and virtues and values into our new set of money. And we're not going to be overflowing with money this year, let's be honest. Like, we are going to start from like the feeling of 2008, basically. For those that are younger, now older, that didn't have to deal with 2008's crash. What that means is saving money instead of spending it on useless things. And it also makes me feel pulled to tell you guys about addictions. People that have addictions that are costing them more than money, more than relationships, more than they know. Now is the time to just step into, what do you need to do to get rid of this addiction? Do I need help? Do I need to go get help? Addictions during this time can really be, I'm more focusing on alcohol because of the Alcoholics Anonymous. But also the fact of the matter is that publicly alcohol is acceptable, an acceptable way of releasing your your reality, basically. Okay, you're giving medicine to yourself. Now is the time to try to think straight. Think straight. Don't over medicate yourself. Feel what you need to feel. Empower yourself. Give yourself enough courage to deal with the actual things at hand, and then go back on it and be like, you know what? And I didn't even have a drink. It's a struggle every day. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just having to deal with life is hard enough. And now when you're medicating yourself instead of living your truth, you're not gonna live that full purposeful path. And right now, any of you early 80s babies, maybe even 1979, we're going through a square with this Capricorn in Pluto. 82, 83, 84 for sure. There's a part of ourselves that is in this realm of empowerment, and we're squaring off at what we have yet to achieve. And instead of looking at it as achievements through a structure, think of it as, what have I gained through partnerships? Because we're Pluto in Libra is being squared here. Think of the gains of your friendships over time, the ones that you have released, or maybe you need to release them. Release them back into the wild. Let them go. Let them go, because they're holding you back too. The other thing is that we have to think about the Uranus in Taurus is basically telling us that, like, we need to open our minds a little bit. It's ruled, Uranus is ruled by the Fool in the tarot. This is where we need to evolve. We need to become the future. We need to become the future Fool, basically, right? It doesn't live in the past. We're living for future with Uranus here, and it's in Taurus, and it's in the second decan, which is 6 degrees, and Taurus in Mars is in 10 degrees. So Uranus is saying, I will evolve. I need to become more open-minded about my future. And I need to see it as the traditional mentor conventional ways, right? Through the conventional ways that no longer work, we're needing to create new conventional, traditional, or creating new habits, healthy habits. This is the bodybuilder after all, like the stable physical body. Yeah, and then so it's talking about generosity. When we look at the Mars in Taurus, we're looking at the generosity that we have. It's the 6 of Pentacles. So we're looking at, where do we need to give our energy into, and who do we need to give our energy into? Is it me? Is it you? Is it them? Who is it? What are you going to give your energy into? And I also have the North Node and South Node I wanted to talk about. Oh, so also we have the Uranus is actually 5 of Pentacles. Sorry. So this is like, talks about health and worry of health or financial loss. So Uranus is the Fool. Taurus is the Hierophant. Uranus is the Fool for financial loss. Uranus is our future of financial loss, is our worry. But Mars is saying the Tower, because we're under attack. We are physically under attack. Our finances are physically under attack. People don't believe this crap. That's ridiculous to me. It's saying to do generous things. So do what you can with what you have, and don't give out so much. If you give someone your last dime, make sure you have 5 cents, okay? Because you need to last too. This is physical. This is physical. I also pulled for the nodes. So we are still in Gemini North Node. And Gemini, sorry, I wanted to pull this that way, is the mind planner. And it's represented by the Ace of Swords. New ideas, because we're going to the North Node. New ideas in the mind plan, in the mind's compass, in the mind's way of being the mind. We need new plans. And it's represented by the Lovers, so we need to make a choice. Sometimes there's 2 choices. Sometimes there's 2 people that need to make the choice. And the degrees that it is in is the 9 of Swords. It's the 2nd decan. So it's worry and anxiety. So whatever choices we're making through our partnerships, we're looking at the new ideas of the North Node. Looking at the choices that we're going to need to take, and it causes anxious, and it causes anxious worry, basically. The earning that we can do through the North Node in Gemini is to kind of do a reality check, you know? Do a reality check. Do a personal checklist of what you need to work on as far as your partnerships or anything that is combined. So even like with family, but it's mostly with Gemini towards like 2 individuals, right? Or maybe 2 sides of you. Maybe there's a hidden part of you that people don't know about, and maybe it's time that they knew about you. And then we have the South Node in Spirit Planner. So the South Node is our comfort zone. It's known for being what we are naturally pulled to, which makes sense because we are naturally pulled to having faith. We are naturally pulled to having some type of outlet that is optimistic. And if we don't have that, you're going to have it. You're going to be optimistic. This is our old projects that we're dealing with, because it's represented by the Ace of Wands. All the nodes that are spiritual. Ace of Wands says we need a old project, or to revamp our old projects in spiritual work. Clean out those closets, people. It's coming. So in Sagittarius, representing the temperance. So this is discovery. This is a reward for your self-control. This is a spirit plan, the spirit planner, the peace, the go with the flow type. You see where the restriction can come with there, with the mind's plan and the spirit plan. Like, I think this, but I kind of want to do it this way instead. People that are high strung are gonna have to restring. And in the aspects of the degrees, it is 9 of Wands for the South Node, saying keeping boundaries, but also keep fighting. And then we have Chiron. Yep, I pulled Chiron. I want to know what's up with him. So this is the Emperor in Aries. There is no card that signifies to me Chiron, because it's where the wounded healer is in us. So this is the part of us that we feel more connected to self-healing right now. And by degree, it's the 2 of Wands. And it's saying we are awaiting results. And soon enough, we'll get the bigger picture of where we need to put that self-healing into. So that concludes this portion, and I'm going to have plenty more with my own interpretations. I am going to go through the full moon and do a reading as far as how it is for the Bell's chart translation. By degree, I go through growth spurts for the degrees, and I also look at everything as far as spiritually, obviously, but also this is mind and body right now that we're dealing with. So this is physicalness and this is mentalness. And creating that balance is going to be really hard because these are physical and mental. Like, these are not things that are always in our control as much as we think that they can be. Okay? So I will also post that as well for the full moon. All right? Thank you so much for tapping in. And I hope this helps you. Thank you.